Hi, in this video I'll show you the making of my game. It's in the same spirit as Vampire Survivor, so if you have ever played that game before, you will be able to see some similarities. I have already made my character, so now we need to give it a player controller and also a rigid body for the collisions. With a player controller we can allow the player to move in 8 directions, and using the input system it works with both the keyboard and mouse and also a controller. Since the player will only use a few animations, a simple animator system works perfect for our control over the animations. No need for a blend tree. Cinemachine is my go-to camera controller in most cases, since it's simple to use, but also offers a lot of options and extensions. With Cinemachine, we decide the distance for the camera and also how it should follow the player. Using a software called Sprite, I can both design and animate the player character. Here we see all the direction animations. Now we get to the fun part, how to add enemies and make them move towards the player and attack. At first the enemy sprites would just be rotated to one side, but it looks better if the sprite rotates towards the position of the player, so we add a simple flip in the enemy script. And this is a dash how it works in game. Simple. For faster testing purposes, I wish to have a dash function on the player. I added a dash and dashed away. It made things a lot quicker, and this is how I added the dash. You can also see at this point I have added some UI to the game and changed a bit on the design of the grass. The UI I added to start to give me some perspectives and try out how I wish to implement them in the game. The health UI in the top left corner was not working as intended, so you will see that it gets changed later on. You'll just have to deal with it for now. But I did like the level bar. It is simple. So for now, let's keep it there. So back to the enemy. We add a spawner that sticks with the player and spawns enemies around it, but just outside the view of the camera, so it feels that if the enemies are slowly creeping up and not just spawns in from, well, nowhere. We also control the amount of waves each enemy will have to spawn, and what enemy to spawn next. We also control the rate of the spawn. This allows us to do something that I think Vampire Survivor does great in most cases. Phasing. Here we can see the script in use. To help with performance, I need to control the amount of enemies that can exist in the game at the same time. So, to manage this, I add a function that destroys enemies if they fall too far away from the player and spawns in new ones instead. From here, I started to develop the weapons and some drop systems that the player can get both a currency for upgrades and experience so they level up. With this attack, I made a zone under the player that is the damage zone. It ticks and hurts all the enemies in the zone and then goes for a short cooldown before popping up again. The number spawning is a simple script that just animates the number dealt. The attack needs no input and will for now work automatically and add on each other. So the player will eventually build up an arsenal of weapons. For the currency to drop, I made this little script. And for the XP that is attached to the XP bar, I made this. Next up, I fixed the UI for when we level up and get to select an upgrade or a new weapon. I think I like this style. It seems to fit pretty well. Alright, that's the update I have so far with the game. I'm next going to fix a bit of some systems and also soon begin to really build upon the weapons that you will play around with. Alright, that's the update I have so far with the game. I'm next going to fix a bit with some of the systems and also soon begin to really build upon the weapons that you will play around with, so it becomes more fun, intriguing, and also more crazy. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.